This pork Milanese is one of the greatest Italian pork chop recipes. It's simple, delicious, and just follow these steps to ensure that every bite is golden brown and perfectly crispy. Alright, we're going to start by butterflying 2 bone-in pork chops. So with a small sharp knife, we're just going to start cutting it in half, going along the fat. You basically just kind of want to cut all the way down to the bone. Taking your time to make sure that it's even. So just slowly cut through, and then pick up the flap of meat, which will make it easier to see the seam. And there you go. Pretty evenly cut. Okay, once we have the pork chops butterflied, we're gonna put it in between 2 pieces of parchment paper so we can start pounding it out. And you can really use any heavy object with a flat bottom, and then you just wanna gently pound away. We don't need it to be too thin like chicken cutlets, and we definitely don't want it to really tear too much. So you just kinda wanna gently pound in the middle. Then we can kinda take a peek. See that it's still pretty thick. So just keep on pounding until it's about 1/4 of an inch thick. All right, we're just about there. So just a few more whacks to even it out. And I don't want to risk tearing it. So I think that's going to be pretty good for now. As you can see, it's basically doubled in size. So if I pick it up, that's sort of the thickness we're going for. This side is maybe a little bit thinner, but just about as even as it's gonna get. So now I'm just gonna put it onto this plate, and I'll pound out the other one. All right, now the breading stations are gonna be wicked simple. Here I just have 3 eggs that I've whisked up. And then to this dish, I'm gonna add 1 cup of plain dry breadcrumbs, about 1/3 cup of finely grated pecorino cheese. You could also use Parmesan, I just prefer pecorino. Then 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and a few grinds of black pepper. So just give that a mix. All right, and now we can start breading the pork. And a couple more important steps that will make the final product a lot better is we're gonna make a couple incisions on each side of the pork. This is going to help it lay flat when we put it into the fryer and prevent it from curling up, which could then make it an uneven cooking process. So there's a couple cuts just like that. And then even though we put a little bit of salt in the breadcrumbs, we're also gonna season each side of the pork chop with more salt and pepper. This just ensures that it gets completely seasoned. All right, and then what I like to do is instead of putting a bunch of flour on another plate, I like to just sprinkle exactly how much we need right onto the pork chop. That way you don't waste a bunch of flour. So sprinkle on maybe about a tablespoon or so on the first side, spread it around. And we're just going for a light coating. So that should be good right there. Lay out the pork chop, and then just sprinkle it back over the top. And that looks pretty good. All right, so we have our lightly seasoned and floured pork chop. Just shake off any excess flour before dropping it right into the egg. And you really just gotta use your hands. Since it's so big, this will just be the best way to do it. Flip it over on each side. Make sure it's well coated. And then from the egg, of course, we're gonna go right into the breadcrumb. So just let any egg drip off. Right into the breadcrumbs. Do your best to try to let it lay flat. Spoon some over the top. And then do your best to start patting it all in. You really want to press it in to make sure it stays there. Flip it over. All right, just a few finishing touches. Really make sure to press it in well. All right, this is looking pretty good. Shake off any excess. And now I have this baking sheet with a rack ready for it. So I'm gonna place it on here. And now I'm gonna place it into the fridge, and that'll really help the coating set up well. In the meantime, we can heat up our oil. All right, I have a 1/2 inch of sunflower oil heating up to about 350 degrees. And I'm just gonna test the heat by placing in a small piece of bread. As you can see, bubbles are up right away. So now I know the oil is hot enough. So now you just wanna carefully take the pork that's been sitting in the fridge, give it a quick shake, and then gently place it into the oil. Move it around with the bone. And at this point, it's probably gonna take about 2 to 3 minutes on each side. We're really just gonna go for a golden crust. And then you can kind of take a spoon, splash oil over the top to make sure it cooks evenly. All right, we're a little bit over a minute in. So just keep on splashing the oil and keep a close eye on it. Make sure to get the bone as well. The meat's gonna be the thickest, closest to the bone, so it's important to splash the oil right there. All right, I'm gonna check the other side. Looking pretty perfect, and I'm gonna flip it over. And just keep on splashing on the oil. All right, it's gone for a couple minutes on both sides. So now I'm gonna take it out and place it onto the rack. And I know close to the bone it's still gonna be a little bit undercooked. So I have the oven preheating to 375 degrees. And I'm just gonna place it in there for about 2 more minutes. All right, I put it in the oven for just a couple minutes because I don't want it to dry out, and now it's gonna be perfect. As you can hear, nice and crispy. And then it's important just to hit it with a little bit more salt right after it comes out so it sticks on very well. All right, and now we're ready to serve. There you have it, guys. Finish it with some fresh lemon. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you try this one out. See you next time.